Hello and welcome back to 60 Second Recs. This week I have another movie-inspired pick. I'm sort of loving the challenge of what book would be a read-alike for a particular movie. When I was working in teens downstairs over the years, I would ask teens what their most recent TV show that they were into, or what video game they had really been playing a lot of, and make recommendations based off of those. So I feel like I'm kind of doing that for the adults. Without too much further preamble, this weekend I was catching up on more Oscar-nominated picks for Best Picture specifically, and I watched Poor Things. It is the whimsical tale of this girl, Bella Baxter, who sort of gets a second chance at life with a Frankenstein scientist type of story. It's more like a metaphor wrapped up in this fairy tale reimagining, and I have a pick for that. So before I get too much more into this, we have 1 minute on the clock. Oh, there goes my camera. Okay, so this is another science fiction fantasy book club book pick from the past. However, this was one of our more realistic ones. This is The Daughter of Dr. Moreau by Silvia Moreno Garcia. It is a historical fiction set in 19th century Mexico. It is the island of Dr. Moreau reimagining, focusing specifically on Carlotta, who is the daughter of Dr. Moreau. While the relationship here between father and daughter is different, it's a lot more frigid, but the secrets and the dynamic between the two is very much the same. The scientist's interest in making other, in this case it's hybrids, but instead making other creatures to satisfy the scientific curiosity, and also, as she gets older and stops being as cute and small and friendly as she once was, Carlotta's world is challenged when several different adult men show up and intrigue her romantically. We have Montgomery. I'm just gonna go a few seconds over. We have Montgomery, who is set to essentially be her bodyguard, and of course, like any other romance, you might fall for the bodyguard. And then there's also Eduardo, who is showing up, sniffing around, because he's a bit of a playboy, and he also thinks that there's money involved in being betrothed to Carlotta. But Carlotta is a lot like Bella Baxter in Poor Things, in that she's really trying to find that freedom and that independence and navigate this world that's very much been curated for her, and that, the people that grew up in this house with her and the land surrounding the house, in this case Carlotta gets to go outside sooner than Bella does, but that's really all she's ever known. So when these outside forces come in and they start to challenge their understanding of the outside world. The Daughter of Dr. Moreau is much more bright and jungly, but Poor Things is also very bright. This historical fiction, science-y retelling was a Hugo Award nominee for Best Novel in 2023. It was a Locus Award nominee for Science Fiction 2023, an ALA Alex Award nominee in 2023, as well as a Goodreads Choice Award nominee for Science Fiction in 2022. It is fantastic on audiobook, but can also be enjoyed in regular book. That is all I have for you this week. Either you want to check it out or you don't, and I'll see what sort of book I have for you next week.